Good morning. Welcome to ETRAGE's Windchill Cloud Hosting for small to mid-size companies. If you're interested in starting a Windchill and getting it spun up quickly, or if you're tired of IT turnover and inexperienced staff's ability to maintain a current Windchill PDM or PLM system, you come to the right place. Everyone is muted for the purpose of the webinar. There is a Q&A icon for questions up on the top right. Please submit those as we go along, and we'll answer them towards the end. This will be made available on our YouTube channel as well after the webinar. So if you want to share it with other business units, that is a possibility. So just a little bit about Ephraim and I. We each bring a decade of experience in the PTC and PLM space. Our shared focus as an organization is understanding our clients' business challenges and delivering effective solutions, but really getting to the heart of what's driving those business challenges helps get to the actual effective solution. So a lot of questions when you get on a call with us. At ETRAGE, our focus on driving continuous PLM adaptation by addressing the needs of your systems, your management, and your end users. Today's agenda looks at how ETRAGE can help you manage and protect your company's intellectual property with ETRAGE Windchill Cloud for small and mid-sized businesses, and help your team focus on what they're good at and not have to worry about some of the things that come with managing a PLM or PDM system. Quick introduction to ETRAGE. ETRAGE is a global company with over 20 years of experience helping PLM adoption extend beyond engineering and into your entire enterprise. We understand that adoption isn't a one-time event, but it is truly a strategic, ongoing process focused on continuous improvement and evolving over time. As a PTC technology partner, developing innovative software and service solutions, helping companies move towards a complete digital footprint and away from manual processes in siloed databases. Smaller companies often don't have enterprise class resources, such as a full-time compliance staff, dedicated IT, or experienced Windchill administrator. A fully hosted Windchill environment by ETRAGE provides enterprise-grade resources that match your current business needs. And as a partner, we also help you scale as those needs change. But we want to be clear as we get started. There is a baseline for PLM adoption or PDM adoption. Whether you're just exploring it or already committed, protecting your intellectual property is never inexpensive, but a proper PLM or PDM adoption dramatically reduces waste by eliminating rework, scrap, and costly errors, and simply cannot be prevented when CAD data is managed on a shared drive network or local computers. At ETRAGE, our customers share our IT and Windchill resources, eliminating the need for you to invest in your own hosting or administration resources. Our team combines deep Windchill expertise with IT professionals experienced in FedRAMP, CMMC, security, and infrastructure management. We maintain your environment, resolve issues as they arise, and support your users when the need arises. Also, as a PTC technology partner, we bring a lot of really strong Creo knowledge and recognizing that many day-to-day Windchill challenges originate in the CAD side. I think it's something like 80% of Windchill tickets that we get today actually really boil down to issues in the design process in Creo or AutoCAD or SolidWorks. And so having, experts who are answering these questions daily, know what to look for, what to check quickly, and get your workers back up and running quickly. So whether you are ready to move on from manual processes and tribal knowledge that live on network drives, which is fragile and risky, or perhaps your company has exhausted all internal resources, such as staff time, or end of life of a server, ETRAGE can assist in your implementation or migration to a hosted Windchill environment. Our team is there from the beginning to discuss current needs, government regulations, storage size, maintaining workflow permissions, user roles, and so much more. And we are there through the life of your contract, which could be 1 year or multiple years. ETRAGE Cloud also eliminates the need for local hardware. Yay! I know a lot of corporate initiatives is to have no servers in the building, and this is a path to getting there. Your Windchill users will have access to our help desk by submitting tickets. Our staff is available not only by email, but also available to meet to do screen sharing sessions. Additionally, we provide a monthly report that reviews maintenance, issues, and resolutions. Here I will pass over to Ephraim to kind of get in some of the technical weeds on how we deliver this magic.
Thanks, Connor. I mean, the question here could be, why would you want to go with ETRAGE Cloud to host a Windchill environment? The first thing is that our team can deploy Windchill in as little as a few days. So depending on your specific configurations or data volume, there's a rapid timeline is made possible by our extensive experience and proven deployment processes that we have developed over time on the cloud environment. Good, next. Yeah, we also seamlessly grow and mature your environment to meet evolving business needs without complexity. So as your system grows, so your needs grow, we would also adjust your cloud environment to meet all of those. With our cloud-based PLM solution, your intellectual property and product information are safeguarded by advanced built-in security features that we deploy in our cloud environment that far surpasses the traditional on-prem setups that you would normally get. So all data in transit is basically protected by the SSL or the HTTPS secured protocol, ensuring secure communication every time your team access the system from anywhere. We also deploy the reverse proxy technology and firewall protection to make sure that we shield against any threats, hide the server identity or the server details, and also prevent any unauthorized access to our server. The main thing is that we have experts managing the system. So we have highly skilled professionals with deep expertise in both cloud infrastructure and Windchill system to ensure the optimal performance and reliability of the system, making sure that your system is always available and performing optimally. Okay, so if you also need to extend your Windchill by adding additional Windchill modules or extensions, or your Windchill already has those extensions, we are able to support those, and also any third-party products that you might have. So, for instance, ETRAGE, which is the non-CAD system, where the non-CAD users or information users can actually access this system to be able to get the information that they need. So we're able to support that. And the benefit of the ETRAGE or the ETRAGE viewer is that it's web-based, which also means it can be accessed anywhere in the world without having to have an application actually installed on the system itself. Right. So as a fully cloud-based solution, Windchill is accessible from anywhere with an internet connection. So as long as you have internet connection, you can access your system from anywhere, which basically supports flexibility and also enables the remote workforce. So the other thing we also do for our customers is to time generate a comprehensive report on a total license usage that empowers you as our customer to make informed decision, whether they need to acquire additional licenses or right sizing to control cost on the licenses. So we basically generate those and then advise the customer based on that. Okay, so because this is now on the cloud and controlled by us, this simply means your internal IT team is freed from the need to learn Windchill's system architecture, the maintenance that goes with it, and any underlying hardware that supports the Windchill system. So our dedicated experts handle all aspects of your system management, the updates, as well as the infrastructure itself. So with our managed service, you gain a high-performing, future-ready Windchill environment while focusing your resources on the core business priorities. So we make sure that your system is up and running 99.9% of the time with all the technologies built around it. Let's go on to the next slide to just talk to what we cover, Connor. So this is what is included on the or packaged as part of our cloud hosting. So we have it split into two, where we focus on the more system administration, which is at the application or file level and the operating system level, as well as the business administration, which is what happens inside of the application. So we take care of the application maintenance or administration to make sure that the system is performing optimally and available all the time. Database administration to make sure that we maintain the database, run some maintenance scripts, statistics, and make sure that the application, whenever it queries the system, is always using the optimized queries returned from the search in Windchill. The important bit being the backup and recovery. So we have some backup options that we've then discussed with the customer in terms of the backup retention plan. And again, we have also the function to be able to recover if the customer has overwritten the data or they need to go to a specific point in time on the backup. We're able to cater for that. And also monitoring. So we do the automatic and manual monitoring to make sure that the system is up and running and always available. Any securities around how you access the servers. So things like implementing the reverse proxy to hide the server identity, making sure that we deploy the secured protocol over the web. To make sure that data gets encrypted in between the client and the server, to avoid it being snuffed and being accessed by external forces. And then finally, maintenance of the actual operating system, making sure that we maintain and install the updates on the operating system that the local IT doesn't have to worry about anymore. And then on the business administration side, is maintaining what you need to achieve with the system as far as the business processes goes, and things like creating or customizing your life cycle to meet your business processes, roles that covers what roles you have in your organizations, and also the workflows to make sure that those automated processes are actually going to the right people at the right time. Any failures, we troubleshoot that. If you do also have replica servers that sit in remote locations, it's our responsibility to also make sure that Windchill application in our cloud can communicate with those replicas successfully. the access controls, any publishing that publisher or the worker server that you'd have. We'll maintain those, and also time to time PTC will release the Windchill security patches, and that will also be taken care of by our experts. The one thing worth mentioning is just the last thing is obviously you'll be accessing the Windchill system, but what's actually happening in the background on the architecture of the system is that Windchill is typically made up of more than one server. So you have a database server, application server, publisher, or ETRAGE publisher server if you have those third-party tools applications also installed. And all of those servers, ETRAGE takes care of. All right, Connor, I'm going to hand it over to you to talk to Windchill return on investment. And also,
Thanks, Ephraim. I appreciate that. So it's super important when considering outsourcing responsibilities that are either being handled internally or in a different manner. You got to look where the cost savings are coming from. We work with a technology manufacturer recently that IT team had failed to take a backup for 3 months on their Windchill system. At the end of the day, it ended up costing them millions of dollars in rework, and the design team was set back a couple months on their projects when something failed. Another common question we get asked all the time is, do you know any Windchill administrators looking for work? That's a super important role, especially on those mid-sized businesses, and they're often really hard to fill. And a lot of times you have people wearing an administrator hat and an engineering hat, which is difficult. So that's one way our services have been helping companies focus on their industries and not in a revolving hunt for technology or experts that they need to onboard. Usually disruptions on technology leaderships leave lasting changes and changes the trajectory of the original digital roadmap, which tends to also slow down progress in actually getting to a return on investment on critical licensing investments that are already made. So working with a steady partner that's been doing this for years for companies all over the globe really has some benefits. Recently, we were assisted an industrial equipment company that was going through an audit by one of its largest customers. There was a lot on the line there. We were able to ensure that the best practices were being followed in the design process, and that if there were any variances, they were approved by the proper chain of command. We do work hand in hand with unique situations with each of our clients, and our cloud approach makes, when those large projects do come in, very quick uptime to scaling up to meet those needs, and you're not waiting on ordering another server. You're not waiting on your IT staff to become available to attack these problems. So a lot of what we're kind of focusing on today has really been just core Creo data management, which is the best, one of the best systems in the world. Windchill for handling CAD data management. Windchill also is a full lifecycle management tool. We're not really going to touch on that too much today, but if you do want it integrated with your ERP system, to speedline handoffs of data and information, that's totally possible from our cloud. So this is an example of what we regularly see. Not to say everyone out there is suffering the exact same problems, but an overarching theme we have seen over the last 2 decades is people outside of an engineering department rarely know what is actually going on in the engineering department. A company with an annual budget of $1 million with 5 engineers rolling out Windchill can cut down search times at a minimum of 10%, we typically see. Proper revision control cuts out the needs for double, triple checking, and eliminates errors in the delivery of documents. Engineering teams often see a 40% increase in time to market, in overall department savings of $400,000 in labor costs. It's not uncommon at all. Companies often do not realize how much of their expensive employees' time is spent. Their most expensive employees' time is spent looking for things for other departments or manual tasks. Often the numbers you see on the screen are low. I highly encourage you to start tracking these things internally. Once you know how much time annually your design team is caught up in these simple tasks made difficult by poor systems in place, PDM becomes a necessity. So outside of just time saved in engineering, maybe you guys don't have a time issue. Everyone's sitting around waiting for work, and current processes are perfect as is. PDM also really helps eliminate those one-off disasters where, revision control can help ensure that the wrong parts aren't being sent to suppliers, backing up the delivery date, frustrating customers. Easily in the first 12 months, a $50,000 annual spend on cloud support and licenses for Windchill will prevent many costly material errors and improve client-customer relationships. And without a doubt, the final impact will far outweigh its monthly expenses. This is just what we found. I'm sure someone's trying to argue with me right now, but we work with a lot of businesses, and when you really sit down and you start adding up some of these things, which we're happy to do, run an ROI event for your specific examples. If you're not running in these issues, then you probably don't need a PDM system. I think when you sit down and really dig into the weeds, you'll see that you're probably struggling with some of these things. Another useful thing around our ETRAGE Cloud is it limits variables in your annual budgets. ETRAGE Cloud is a set cost that includes servers, system support, end users, backup, and security. ETRAGE offers 1 to 3 year contracts. We can bundle in a Windchill upgrade to make your PLM costs just more predictable. No more having to staff juggling multiple roles part-time. No more worrying about expected issues down the road. Additionally, when your business grows, we can work with you to scale your systems to match where you're headed. The call to action on this kind of PowerPoint and presentation really kind of depends where you are on your PDM or PLM journey today. Have you validated a Windchill as a PLM system? Do you already have a built-out ROI around product data management and the cost savings it can really bring to your engineering team? Are you in the cloud versus on-premise discussion? Does your company have a cloud initiative? Do you have a built-out IT team that can handle some of these things? Or is product lifecycle management still just a theory of a future state? No matter where you are, we're here to help, and we'd love to grow with you along the way. It can seem overwhelming, but having helped hundreds of companies over the years, we've seen it all, and it's never too late to get started. So I'll jump over to questions. So you can submit those in the top right corner of your screen. As we kind of wait for those to come in.
Hey, Connor,
yes.
We do have a question come in, and that is, do you base licensing cost on amount of users? So this is the licensing cost of the cloud hosting.
Yes. So a lot of our costs will actually depend on amount of data you need to store, because storage drives a lot of costs. So yes, user counts do matter, but it's an Excel document that we work through with you. Also, some of your security requirements will also drive pricing. Takes 15 minutes to run through. It's pretty quick, and you might not know all the answers, but you not knowing isn't an issue. We can kind of make some assumptions from what we've seen other places and get that out, and then turn around a proposal pretty quickly.
Thank you. Then just the other question, do we have to use ETRAGE sample data for trial testing, or can we bring our own sample data? Can the customer bring their own sample data if they want to trial the Windchill environment?
Yeah, so we have no problem with giving you access to our cloud-based system and letting you load data in there. Obviously, we ask that you don't put production data in there. You know, a lot of times just some tests or some older things and move around just because you know it's not going to be there permanently. So yeah, if you're interested in getting it turned on and seeing what your data looks like in there, that's definitely something we can deliver on.
Thank you.
Any other questions right now?
No, that was all.
Okay, I did want to touch on the fact that we're taking a little bit of break here in December with our webinars. We don't start back up to January 14th. And we'll be diving into one of our most core products. It automates drawing distribution across the enterprise. So it helps get drawings to your shop floor and purchasing in a self-serve manner. So it's a pretty neat tool. We'd love to have you join us for that. Additionally, you can learn more about ETRAGE software and service solutions from past webinars, or just reach out. We're happy to start a discussion. You do not have a problem that we probably don't have a solution for. So let's talk. We're a software company and service company. All of our products listed here were developed for manufacturers like you, and we'd love to get on a web meeting and discuss. I'll put our contact information up on the screen, so I'll leave that there for a minute. But yeah, if you guys have any needs or you want to do some testing.
So there's another question that came through. Is this compatible with all versions of Creo? So if I get this for one version of Creo, am I forced to update to the newer version if the new version comes out? So this one I think I can handle. So normally what happens with the specific Windchill version is that Windchill version would normally cover some range of the Windchill version. So for instance, Windchill 11, let's say Windchill 12 might be compatible with Creo 6 up to Creo 8. And then Windchill 13 might be compatible with Creo 7 up to Creo 12. So which then means you have that room to upgrade Creo whenever Creo comes out. So with the Windchill side of it, so all the Windchill environments in our cloud is whenever the PTC support date ends for the version, we want to make sure that we have upgraded to a newer Windchill version with better functionalities as well, just before the PTC support end date. But obviously, before we do that, or during the phase of the upgrade, would also advise you as the customer which versions would be compatible with the newer Windchill version, and then we will also give you an opportunity to test the newer version of Creo with the newer version of Windchill.
Yeah, as Ephraim points out there's a lot of communication on that back and forth, but we don't want to have companies' data in unsupported systems. So there is kind of a requirement to keep up with supported versions, but also working with companies as they may not want to move Creo versions. So it's a back and forth. It's not a dictation, but those are typically the goals we go into those discussions with.
And the other benefits is that because we have Creo experts in the team, they're able to advise on which version is more stable and which one you should be moving to or upgrading to as well. Thanks, Con.
Was that the end of the questions, Ephraim?
Yes, that was the
All
last
right.
one.
Thank you so much, guys, for attending. Like I said, this will be up on YouTube, and hopefully we'll hear from you soon.